All right, we're here at Motorcycle Sports, kind of leading up to the Ride for the Cure big event that we have been involved in every year with Jeremy and his foundation, and we enjoy it. It's really evolved into something big, which is great, and we love being involved in it. We've got Jeremy here just to kind of tell some of the backstory. We've got some new riders that may be coming out, some folks that may not know kind of where it started, what happened, and then kind of where we're at now. So we'll let him kind of tell some of the story, and we may ask a few questions toward the end as we get going. So go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, we're 6 years deep now.
Yeah.
So backstory. Of course, this is Ride for a Cure. So we're helping fight for these kids that can't fight for themselves. In memory of my daughter that I lost to a brain tumor. She was only 17 months old. She was 11 months old when we found out there was an issue. She was your normal spunky little girl that was just incredible. And all of a sudden we saw some changes in her. She become kind of lethargic and just not her spunky self. So we found out what was going on and got her the best treatment we could. Unfortunately, this type of brain tumor, there is no cure. In the end, she touched a lot of lives, changed a lot of lives. And we just wanted to keep her legacy going and help others. And so one day, hopefully, we're a little piece of that puzzle that finds a cure so other families do not have to endure what my family has endured. Childhood cancer is a very sensitive subject that a lot of people don't talk about. It's hard for me to talk about without getting choked up as well at times. So we wanted to do something fun, and I've been in the outdoor world my whole entire life. My dad brought me up in the woods riding back in the day when people still went to Tellico Plains and then Etna Mountain and just all over. So I've just always been in this world. So I wanted to do something that was fun, family friendly, that people would get out and support it while bringing awareness to something that people don't like to talk about. A lot of people, you see pink everywhere for breast cancer. You see it on football fields. You see it on fire trucks. You see pink everywhere. And 90% of the time, and I'm not taking away from breast cancer, but 90% of the time you end up with a new enhancement and you're cancer free. And with our children, that's not the case. And our kids today are our future tomorrow, and without them, we don't continue the cycle of life. So that's what our Elise Reeves Foundation is about, is giving these kids a chance that my daughter didn't have, unfortunately. So we want to find a cure to end this, and we're doing it in, like I said, a fun family atmosphere. So that's where Ride for a Cure was born. And again, this is our 6th year doing this event. In the past, we have raised money. Definitely the majority of our money has went to research for finding that cure. We're helping with a lot of studies out there. Proton therapy is one of our focus, and it's gaining a lot of traction. We help with families that can't afford utilities or their mortgage because they're out of work. They're by their child's side in the hospital. So we are working with social workers at Children's Hospital of Alabama, and they will give us the families that need our assistance, and we will take care of those mortgages or utilities or whatever we can to help them. We also do Make-A-Wish trips for somebody that unfortunately has been given a short amount of time and sent home, but they've got that bucket list that they want to check off before they go. We're helping with that. And we couldn't do that without you guys here at Motorcycle Sports. They've been our biggest sponsor for the past 6 years straight. And I mean, we're blessed to have you guys partnered up with us. So thank y'all for that.
Yeah. It's been a good relationship. I don't know how many times we've sat and talked about this, but it always chokes me up too. So, being able to talk about it, but see, thinking 6 years back, you think you would ever thought how many people this has touched, affected, that has grown out of this. You've told me stories of people that come up at the events and outside of the events that tell you stories that, maybe that how it's affected them or their family, or they have somebody affected by it. So I think it's, it's amazing how the riding community comes around a good cause, and it kind of grows from there. One of the things you talk about with some of the money that's raised, I thought was kind of cool. I think has evolved over time is how y'all do some of the meals at Children's Hospital. I think that's kind of cool to talk about.
Yeah, so we, in the past, unfortunately, after COVID, they restricted it, and we had a conversation with Children's Hospital last week, and they unfortunately did inform us we couldn't do it anymore. But in the past, my daughter was supposed to be in treatment for Thanksgiving, and sorry. She spiked a fever and had an infection. So we were blessed to go home for Thanksgiving, for our last and final Thanksgiving with her. And when I was at home, that's all I could think about is the families that didn't get that blessing that I got. So I called up a restaurant and catered the 8 quarterback, which is the chemotherapy floor for the kids at Children's Hospital. That same Thanksgiving, I was at home with my daughter. And so after that, we continued for the next few years to provide Thanksgiving meals. So they're not eating that hospital food, the cafeteria food. We wanted them to have a good meal. But then, of course, COVID messed that up like they did many things. But and I was hoping that we would, now that COVID is kind of a thing of a past, that we continue. But they said with the children going under such hardcore, their immune system's so weak, anything that we bring in could bring in something that could be harmful for the kids. So they have stopped that, unfortunately. But we are still doing the toy drive. So all the kids that are at Children's Hospital, we do toy drives to help facilitate Christmas gifts for those kids that are not able to go home and sit around a Christmas tree with their family. We are providing Christmas gifts for those, and it takes a big burden off those families as well. Again, they're trying to pay all their overhead of life in general, while their kid did not sign up for this fight. So the last thing they have the opportunity to do is go out when they're sitting with their kid, is go out and do Christmas shopping and all that. So we do that for them. We've got, you guys have helped with the toy drive. We've had, some our kids' local school, Westbrook, has helped with that. We've talked about doing a toy drive ride at Indian Mountain as well for that in the past. So that may be something we do this year. But yeah, we do a lot of things. It's not just the research. We just want to help families that need us. Unfortunately, we've even had to help with funeral expenses for families that have needed that assistance. Now there is a grant. The representatives from Children's Hospital that we worked with did tell us that in that meeting last week, that now there is a new grant. So our services for funeral expenses will no longer be needed. Which, I'm willing to do whatever the families need, but that was hard doing that, because it's like I'm
sure
reliving it. But yeah, we're doing a lot of really cool things.
Yeah, it's almost become a year-round thing now. I know we talk about it all year, but there's kind of things that happen all year besides just the ride. So which is exciting for us. I know.
Yeah, like today, we'll be out there beside y'all this whole weekend.
Yeah, well, yeah. So they'll be at Top Trails this weekend, right beside our trailer. So come out, check us out, check him out. Good partnership. What can you expect out at Top Trails? What are y'all doing out there?
We're gonna have our tent set up. We'll have shirts, hats, koozies, tumblers. All of our Elise Reeves swag and our Ride for a Cure swag. But the big ticket item that we will have out there, we've got the Ride for a Cure giveaway buggy that's going to be out there. So we're going to be selling the raffle tickets for that all weekend. So you get a chance to win a pretty bad buggy. And another big thanks to Motorcycle Sports. They've donated our donor buggies to build these. So the engine, drivetrain, all that stuff is sponsored by Motorcycle Sports. We appreciate you guys for doing that. Then we've got we got Dano's cages. He builds the chassis, and then we've got people side by side connection, L&W, Busted Knuckle, and Lord, there's a ton of them. Dustin Dobbins over at UTV, all things UTV. We got a lot of partners on this build. Planet Side by Side. So we appreciate everybody that chips in on this build. But it's going to be a bad buggy for somebody. $100 gets you now that we've changed to that new L&W long arm and had to change axles and everything that we had to, with those upgrades, the value of this buggy's, I'm going to say probably around $45,000, and somebody could take it home for $100. Yeah. I wish I only had $100 in my rig. So
it's a great rig. Jeremy left it here for last week, so we've had a chance to kind of drive around the parking lot a few times at low speeds. Obviously, it's a really nice machine. So for $100, check out Facebook too. We're adding some different fun prizes to that. You may be able to get some tickets, some services, and some different things. So check out Facebook. We'll be updating some stuff as we go through the weekend. And then what are we doing after Top Trails? What's happening?
So after Top Trails, I'm going to pull up the schedule just so I get it right. But we will, of course, be getting the courses set up over at Indian Mountain. So these events will start on Thursday. So Thursday afternoon, we are going to have it will start at 7 o'clock. It's called the Elise Night Ride, so it's going to be in memory of my daughter. We're going to all meet up right there at the vendor area at Indian Mountain, and we're going to ride up to the top of God's Path. When we get up to God's Path, we're going to have a ton of lanterns, and everybody can light a lantern in memory of a child or that's passed, or a child that's fighting, or whatever it may be. So something that's significant to you and you want to light a lantern, we're going to have lanterns, and we're going to do a lantern release. We're also tying in Collier, a little boy that just passed away about a month ago. His family has been very big in Ride for a Cure as well. They set up a food trailer and have for the past 6 years. It's called Collier's Tribe. That little guy has fought a tough battle, and unfortunately I'm not going to say unfortunately he lost that battle, because he didn't. He won that battle. This little guy just got his wings, and he's up there with my baby girl, and I'm sure they are just having the time of their life. So that will be the first event on Thursday, and after we release the lanterns, we're just going to have a night ride till, if you want to ride till the wee hours of the morning. There's a few of us will probably be doing it. Some people can peel off whenever they're ready, but we're going to have a good long night ride and just have a good time and enjoy all the terrain that Indian Mountain has to offer. Then Friday, we're going to roll into Grim Razor's Poker Run, which Grim's having some work issues. Hopefully he can get around them and still be able to guide that. If not, we will find another fearless leader for that. But we'll have that poker run. There'll be all kind of prizes from like lifetime trail maps. We got a clutch kit, I believe, for KWI. We got all kind of prizes for that poker run. Then that evening at 7 p.m. we will roll into a kids drag race. Your kids can bring whatever they got. If it's a go-kart, four-wheeler, pit bike, whatever.
Barbie Jeeps.
Yeah. Never know, whatever it is. If it's up to Grimm's son, may have a John Deere lawnmower out there racing. Well, he's upgraded. He's upgraded. To a Defender,
which is funny.
That's right.
He's the Grimm Razor, and his son's driving a
Can-Am. Yeah. So whatever it is, kids bring whatever, and we're gonna let you race. It's just gonna be fun. After that, the kids drag race is over. We will do a barrel race. The barrel race is always a good time. So Friday nights, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of people that have been requesting another pit bike race, and the more I think about it, I don't know if you were there at the rendezvous, but I think we need BJ to get back out there anyway, because he flipped on the starting line. So I've got people calling you out, BJ, if you're watching this.
First on the line.
Yeah. So
there's some video out there of that.
Yeah. So we may throw that back in the mix as well. But Saturday, of course, is the big day. We will start at 10 a.m. and we will have a knockout obstacle race. We've done this the past couple years, and it's, to me, been the most fun event that we're doing out there. This year we're spicing it up. We're going to have a much longer track. We're going to have several pass points. So be ready to race. And Rubbin's racing, right?
Yeah.
So it's called a knockout race for a reason.
That's right. Yeah.
So that'll be at 10, and then everything will just keep moving soon as they're over. So we'll move into a novice hill climb. If you don't have a machine, get over here to Motorcycle Sports, and especially on Can-Ams. They're cutting them down right now. They got some sales on Can-Ams. But get over here to Motorcycle Sports and let them hook you up with a new machine, because in the novice race, it can be just a basic stock machine. It's all you need. That and a helmet. That'll start first, then, second after the knockout race. Then we'll go into the UTV Extreme Hill Climb. Now that's your chassis. We might have a couple full bodies that are beefed up that get in that, but typically that's just your chassis full builds. And then following that, we will have the full-size rock bouncers. That's your big boys coming out. So we're going to have a incredible hill climb for them. Definitely, as y'all know, every year I try to change this up. I don't like it to just repeat. So we've got some new things coming at you. So we're looking at building a new staircase hill, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Don't want to give too much out there, but we've got new things for you. And then after the full-size rock bouncer, we are going to go ahead and do the awards and all the giveaways. So everybody that raced, we will do all awards for Friday and Saturday right then, and give everybody's trophies out, give their money out. I mean, we're giving out, I think it's over $25,000 in cash prizes. And then we will give away all of our raffle items. I know you guys got a lot of stuff.
There's a lot. Not just us. There's a lot of local vendors that have stepped up, including us. But there's more prizes. It's amazing how much stuff is given away. So you have a really good chance if you're there to win something. So don't think, I've never won anything. I don't went on the scratch off or whatever it may be. Your odds are pretty high there. I've seen a lot of people win that say, hey, I've never won anything before, and they win it there. So a lot of good prizes, and we'll be bringing some stuff as long as some, all the other local vendors. And if you have something, contact Jeremy.
Yeah.
Us here. We'll get in touch with Jeremy for you. we'll take anything and everything.
Yeah, we're still taking stuff. Actually, just yesterday, I got a new edition that I kind of want to keep myself, but I'm not. It's for y'all. But my shocks need some attention. And I've beat on them pretty rough.
You're on some trails that you shouldn't be on.
But G-Force is giving a $1,000 voucher for their new, just coming out system that they've just developed. Before they have reloaded Fox shocks and put their components in them, but they've got their own setup now, so they're giving a $1,000 voucher for that. So that was pretty cool. That was just added yesterday.
BJ could put him on his pit bike.
Yeah. Well, we're going to put him a wheelie bar on the back. So anyway, at the awards and giveaway, and that's going to have the giveaway buggy too. The big ticket item, we'll be giving that away right then. So whoever wins this thing has the opportunity to compete in the final finale of the night, which we will be having a DJ party, whole 9 yards, for Levi's Air Out show. So I think it needs to be a requirement for whoever wins the buggy has to enter it.
I agree.
But we're going to have a big air contest. So, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
So when you say big air, what does it look like? What is it in your brain, or do you have it planned out already?
Yeah, so
for people that may have never seen that.
So if you've never seen it, I mean, you can probably find some of it. Levi just started doing this one night after our event last year, and it carried on for hours after we finished Ride for a Cure. So we decided to incorporate it this year. But basically, it's smooth terrain, just a smooth hill. It's like you're going up almost like a half pipe hill. It's just straight up, and if you push that skinny pedal down, it's like a rocket. So some people getting 15 feet up in the air. So and the pot's up right now, which I think Levi's got some people that have thrown in extra money. I don't know what Levi's got, but off our sponsorship, I think we're already around $2,500 in that pot. So I would say, just guessing, somebody's willing to win $4,000 or $5,000 by the end of the night.
For keeping their foot on the ski.
Yeah, just put it to the mat.
Yeah, there's some videos out there. You can go on YouTube and Indian Mountain. You'll see some of the guys doing it in the evening, doing some of the jumps and things like that. It's interesting. You got to go big or go home.
That's right. That's right.
Deal. So that's cool. It's a huge weekend. If y'all haven't been to Indian Mountain, visit their website. It's a beautiful park, family-owned park. Kurt and LaBrisca do a great job up there running that.
They do. They are an awesome family. I love them like my own.
Do a lot in the community too, which is
for
everybody.
They've gotten a lot of scrutiny lately over in Cherokee County of traffic and the roads, their neighbors and all that. But I'm telling you, I mean, don't get me wrong, you guys have been incredible to our foundation and have been awesome partners over the past 6 years. But you take that family right there, what they contribute to our foundation and Ride for a Cure. I don't know of another organization out there that donates that and gives back to the kids fighting this horrible disease as much as the Ponder family in Indian Mountain.
That's exactly right. So visit, if you haven't visited the park, you got some time to visit between now and then if not, we'll see you at Indian Mountain. It's a big weekend. I think they still have some campsites available. Not many, so you better hurry. They got some deals going on. They're there to answer the phone, send them a message, get in touch with them. They're there to help you out. Can't wait for that event. So if you had one memory over the 6 years from these events, something that stands out to you, what do you think it would be?
Oh man, that's tough. One memory.
That's hard.
That is hard, honestly. Oh man, you put me on the spot there.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's just an overall just feeling for me of taking something so horrible that I've went through in my life, but seeing the good that comes out of it.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily just one memory of one event. It's just a collective of what our foundation. You know, I tell people all the time, I've been in business since I was 21 years old, and I don't really want to tell my age, but the gray will. And I own multiple businesses. I feel like I've been very successful in life, but you can throw that all out the window. My daughter is the one that's been successful, and without her, we wouldn't be doing any of this. So I would say that's the best thing that's come out of this, is just my daughter's still working from heaven above to make a difference in other families and the kids of our future. Yeah. That's what I take home with me from this event.
Yeah, it's brought a lot of people together, friends that may not have been friends, you know, because of this. So there's been a lot of good things, a lot of local vendors, businesses, communities that's come together to help in this cause, which may have not been together at some point, but has built some relationships with people. You know, I've met a lot of people through this whole process and what you do in the foundation and things, and it's really spurred us to do more and other businesses to do more and step up and really help and support this cause. So, you know, we appreciate you all as a riding community, because, you know, obviously we couldn't be here as Motorcycle Sports. This foundation, this Ride for a Cure couldn't be as big as it is without everybody stepping up and really rallying behind it. So, you know, I know from us at Motorcycle Sports, from Jeremy, everybody involved in the event, we really appreciate it over the 6 years. A lot of hard work to put it together, but man, it's fun to see it happen and come together, you know.
That's right.
So, but if you got any questions, anything, call us, call Indian Mountain, reach out to Jeremy in multiple ways. You can get in touch with him. Anything we can do, questions, concerns, suggestions, donations, we're here to help, and we'll facilitate a lot of that from the dealership if you need it. So, anything else you got? Parting words?
That's it. Check out the Reeves Foundation on Facebook. Ride for a Cure 2023 updates page, Indian Mountains page, Motorcycle Sports. I mean, all the social media channels. And
you better thank your wife, because you're going to be in trouble. She does a lot of work behind the scenes, so I don't want you in the doghouse later. So.
That is true. Misty is what really holds this whole thing together. So thanks for helping me out there.
On that, so.
She's still going to probably punch me since you had to throw me out there. But yes, I mean, my wife keeps all the social media stuff going, and I mean, way beyond that. She keeps me in line in life in general, but yes, she does all of our marketing. She's amazing behind all that stuff. So big shout out to Misty and my entire family. Right. My mom's at every event, sits under that tent for hours. So I mean, it's just everybody as a whole. I mean, you know, it's I've got people like Tim Meeks and Brush Monster and Corey McCord. Those guys have been with me since the day I started this, along with y'all as well. They come and help. Joel Ray helps build the courses. I mean, there's so many people. I could sit here for another 20 minutes thanking everybody, but you know, but most of all, the people that's purchasing the tickets. Thank y'all.
Yep.
So I look forward to seeing y'all soon.
See y'all soon. See you on the trail.